And so those cooler nights, we have very hot days, but those cooler nights really help to maintain the acidity when the fruit can get quite ripe.
Yeah, we had about a 45-degree difference this morning, so
that's insane.
The high here yesterday was 98, and we woke up to 60.
Yeah. This West Paso, Willow Creek, Templeton area has the largest vein of exposed limestone, but it really promotes higher acidity in our grapes. So limestone, being very basic, raises the pH of the soil, and there's an inverse relationship with the fruit. So more basic, higher pH soil ends up producing lower pH fruit, higher acidity fruit. So our soil is predominantly clay and clay loam on top of limestone. Another advantageous part of the clay and limestone is that they both act as kind of sponges for water. We don't get a whole lot of rain here. We did this year though. We got about 50 inches this year when our average is about 25. But on those lean years where we don't get a lot of rain, that soil the water holding capacity of the soil is really beneficial.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about the vines behind us? I see we got some 2 different trellising and training systems going on.
Yeah, so everything we have planted here on the Maha State is on a head. We do 2 different styles of head trained vines. This one here is a gobelet style, French for goblet, and it's trained in the shape of a goblet. And so it's really advantageous in Paso when we get really hot days. We get a lot of sun. We get 360 degrees of protection from the sun. This is a vertical cordon trained vine. This is Roussan, so claret Roussan. And the difference is the trunk is trained up and the cordon's kind of Christmas tree around it. Also providing a lot of shade, as you can see. It's more beneficial for varieties like Syrah, even Roussan here, that have really long arms that drape over. If you were to do it in a gobelet style, you would just be breaking positions left and right whenever you did a tractor pass. So that's kind of the reasoning behind the 2 different styles.
What are some of the plantings that you have here?
In terms of varieties?
Yeah.
So pretty much all our own varieties. So we've got Grenache is our largest planted variety. Then it goes to Carignan, Roussan, Claret, Mourvèdre, Syrah, and then it goes to more Grenache, more Syrah, and then another block of Grenache, and then a block of Petit Syrah, which is the only non-roan variety that we grow. Pretty hands-off in terms of winemaking. Minimalist, I guess you could say. The only thing we ever add really is a little bit of sulfur before bottling. Okay. Lots of neutral oak in our portfolio. We do use new French oak, but generally the max is like 40% in most blends. And we work with 225 liters and 500 liters, and then we have a small foudre, 1,200 liter foudre behind you, 1,200 liter foudre for our white wine, Claret. It's a banger. Generally, every morning during harvest, Chris and I will taste each ferment to determine whatever cap management practice we do, being whether it be a punch down or a pump over or a delisage, which is where you drain the tank and then pump it over and really breaks up the cap a lot. But everything is based off of taste. And that includes our pressing decisions as well. So it doesn't matter if it's dry or not, but whenever we feel that it tastes the best, even if it is dry and we want it to sit on skins for a while, it's all based on taste.
And so earlier we were talking a little bit about organic and sustainable practicing. What are you doing here at the winery and the vineyards in terms of sustainability?
A lot, I think. So we've been certified organic and biodynamic on the vineyard side of things from the inception. We just got certified regenerative organic, which is a new certification. We got certified last year. I think we're the 6th winery in the world to have that certification.
Cool. Awesome.
And then Tablas Creek, a local winery, was the first in the world. They were the pilot winery. Great place to check out. But yeah, so in terms of the vineyard, we've been doing it from the get-go. And our winemaking, being as minimal as it is, we're already inherently doing things organically. But the winery got certified organic in 2021. And then it was certified biodynamic in 2019, and it will be certified regenerative organic for the 22 vintage.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of the winemaking process and sustainability, the only thing that it dictates is having sulfur levels below 100 parts per million.
I'm sure that it plays a huge role in the grapes themselves and the quality.
Yeah, we think so. So in terms of the vineyard side of things, we don't do any synthetic fertilizers, any synthetic pesticides. We are very minimalist with our watering, which, as I was mentioning earlier, we have these soils that have the ability to hold a lot of water.
Yeah.
And water is always topic of conversation in California, so we try to be very judicious with our water use. We have animals, so we have a flock of 38 sheep, now down to about 25, that we run through the vineyard during the dormant season. The rest of the time, they're roaming the property, acting as our fire suppressant, and our natural mowers.
That's awesome.
And so they'll mow and poop and fertilize, and it's great.
We need to get on the mic side, huh?
Yeah.
All of those farming methods create the most direct translation of what we're doing in the vineyard into the wine. You know, it gives a truest expression: minimal water, all native ferments, a very judicious use of oak, lets the place speak.
Yeah, of course.
It's
a truer expression of terroir.
Yeah, of course.
There's a bunch of people talk about terroir, but then they're putting a bunch of water in the vineyard, or they're adding tannin in the winery. You know,
true low intervention. Let the wine make itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know, there's always a winemaker's fingerprint on a wine,
Of course.
but we want to have it's that person's particular interpretation of the place.
Yeah.